Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good evening, all. So this next today was give speech. Before that, let's thanks to God for still giving us the opportunity to meet today, and my honorable to my teacher and my honorable to all. So with presentation, let me introduce our member from Group 4. Next slide, please. The members are Nabilah Reghina, Rahma, Nylawati, Putri Aprilia, Adhani, Sahrany Rosa, Sarina Bahar, Sitti Nursali, and so let's start our topic. For the first speaker, preparing your speech will be delivered by Nabilah Reghina.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity that moderator given to me. I'm Nabilah Reghina Adius with student ID number A1M220054. On this occasion, I will talking about preparing your speech. Usually, a brief, simple presentation, the first assignment is often called an icebreaker speech because it is designed to break the ice. Or in another word, it is how to make our confidence in front of the class. This is an important step because much of anxiety associated with public speaking comes from lack of experiences giving the speeches. Next, developing the speech. In here, I will talking especially for focusing your topic. One of the most common mistakes on first speech is trying to cover too much, or maybe we wanna talking about a topic, but we giving anything it's too much. To focusing our topic, you must 2 or 3 minute speech about your life. 1 or 2 even that have helped define who you are competing in this stage 3 meeting. Tutoring disadvantaged children, giving your or getting your first job, and the last is the like. On the other hand, avoid the temptation to narrow the focus your topic too much. I giving back to the moderator.
Thank you, Nabilah. About the focus the first topic will be delivered by Rahma.
Okay, thanks for the moderator. My name is Rahma Banu, student on M220. Developing the speech, focusing first topic. One of the most common mistakes on speech is too much. 2 or 3 minute speech about your life. 1 or 2 even will help define who you are competing in the stage trade. And even define who you are competing in the stage trade meet to turn this set grand getting the like. On the other hand, avoid the temp temptation to narrow the focus of your topic too much. Developing your topic. Be creative in developing the topic. Think of ways to structure the speech so it will be interesting and and meaningful to your audience. Make mysterious of suspenseful, make interesting by using colorful descriptive language. See humor to make your first speech entertaining. Audience love with with remakes, joke, and funny situation, but I like anything else. Humor is effective only when done well. When done well, audience are also interested in dangers, situation, adventure, and drama. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Nur Rahma. The next is about organizing the speech, will delivered by Nylawati. Next slide, please.
Okay, thank you. My name is Saleh Booy, with ID number is A1M220058. Organizing the speech. A speech usually has three main parts: an introduction, body, and conclusion. Introduction. Your first job in introduction is to get attention and interest of the audience. You can do this by posing a question, telling a story, making a startling statement, or opening with a quotation. The purpose of all these methods is to create a dramatic, colorful opening that will make your audience want to hear more. The second, body. After getting the audience attention and revealing your topic, you are ready to move into the body of your speech. In some speeches, the body seems to organize itself. If you are telling a story about significant experience in your life, you will relate the event chronologically, but not all speeches follow such a format. Suppose you have been asked to give a presentation introduction a classmate. You could organize the most important biographical fact about your subject in chronological order. Okay, the last conclusion. When you finish discussing your final point, you will be ready to move into your conclusion. You need to accomplish the text in this part of speech. Let all audience know you are about finishing and reinforce your central idea, if possible, and to dramatic, clever, or thought-provoking note. Okay, thank you. Giving back to moderator.
Thank you, Nylawati. The next topic is about the delivering your speech, presented by will deliver by Putri Aprilia. Next slide, please.
Thank you, moderator. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Putri Aprilia with student ID number A1M220060. I will continue the material about delivering your speech. This is your first speech of the term. No one expects you to give perfectly polished presentation. Your aim is to do as well as possible while laying a foundation you can build upon in later speeches. Once you have selected a subject and organized the content into a clear structure, focus on the delivery of your speech. Because this is your first speech of the term, no one expects you to give a perfectly polished presentation. Your aim is to do as well as possible while laying a foundation you can build upon in later speeches. With this in mind, we'll look briefly at the extemporaneous Method of speech delivery, the importance of rehearsing your speech, and some of the major factors to consider the speech diaries. That's all for me. Thank you for giving me moderator.
Thank you, Putri Aprilia. So next slide. It's about speaking extemporaneously, delivered by Risa Riandini.
Okay. Okay, my name is Risa Riandini. My student ID number A1M22062. I will continue the material contemporaneous combines the careful preparation and manuscript presentation with the spontaneity and enthusiasm of an unhinged talk. Your aim in extemporaneous speech is to put your major points and supporting material without trying to memorize the thing you will use on the day of the speech. The extemporaneously method requires you to know the content of your speech quite well. In fact, when you use the method properly, you become so familiar with the substance of your talk that you need. Make a note that consists of keywords of phrase, printing key terms, and phrases. The note should consist of words of phrase, either complete sentence and paragraphs. Prepare your notes by writing or printing key terms and phrases on index cards or sheets of paper. That's all from me. I'm giving back to Bator.
Thank you, Risa. Next slide. It's about rehearsing the speech will be delivered by Sahrany Rosa.
Thanks to moderator, will my Sahrany Rosa Pratiwi with student ID number is A1M06. And I will continue material about rehearsing the speech. Smooth delivery is the result of a great deal of the first time you rehearse your introductory speech ever, you will probably struggle. Don't become discouraged. Concentrate on gaining control of the ideas rather than on trying to learn speech word for word. You will improve every time you practice. Well, for this approach to work, you must rehearse speech out loud. Looking silently over your notes is not enough. Speaking the words aloud will help you master the content of your talk. Once you have a fairly good grasp of the speech, ask friends or family members to listen and to give constructive feedback. Don't be shy about asking. Most people love to give their opinion about something, and it's crucial that you rehearse with a live audience before presenting the speech in class. And last, when you rehearse at home, make certain your speech runs slightly longer than the minimum time limit. And giving back to moderator.
Thank you, Sahrany. Next, about presenting the speech will be delivered by Sahrany Bahar.
Okay, thank you very much, moderator. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Sarina Bahar with official number A1M22066. The next material is presenting the speech. Before you presenting the speech, delivering your first speech can be a nerve-wracking experience. As your class process and you gain more experience, your confidence and skill will grow by leaps and bounds. Here, a few things to concentrate on in your first presentation. First, starting your speech. When it's your turn to speak, move to the front of the room and face the audience. Assume a relaxed but upright posture. Plant your feet a bit less than shoulder width apart and allow your arms to hang loosely by your side. Arrange your notes before you start to speak. Then, take a moment to look over your audience and to smile. This helps you establish rapport with your classmate from the start. And then, gesture. Once you are into the speech, feel free to use your hands to gesture, but don't try to plan all your gesture ahead of time. If you don't normally use your hand expressively during informal conversation, you seldom feel complete to gesture a lot during your speech. Whatever gesture you do, you should flow normally from your feelings. Above all, don't let your gesture or bodily action distract listeners from your message. Do your best to avoid nervous mannerisms such as twisting your hair, wringing your hands, shifting your wig from one foot to the other, rocking back and forth, or tapping your hair to lantern. No matter how nervous you feel, try to appear calm and relaxed. And next is eye contact. During your talk, look at your classmate as often as you can. One of the major reasons for speaking extemporaneously is to maintain eye contact with your audience. In your own experience, you know how much more impressive a speaker is when she or he looks at the audience while speaking. If you have practiced the extant method of delivery and prepared your notes properly, you should be able to maintain eye contact with your audience time. Be sure to the left and right of the rooms, as well as to the center. The temptation to speak exclusively to one or two sympathetic individuals. If you are too nervous to look your classmate directly in the eye, try looking just to the side of each person or just above his or her head. In this way, you will convey a sense of a learners. Next slide, please. Okay, and then is voice. Try to use your voice expressively as you would in normal conversation. Concentrate on projecting the back of the room and despite your nervous, fight the temptation to raise through your speech. If you make a conscious effort to speak up, slow down, and project clearly, you will be on the right track to an effective presentation. And the last is dealing with nerves. If you have butterflies in your stomach, sit quietly in your chair and take several slow and deep breaths. And then tightening and relaxing your leg muscles, squeezing your hands together and then releasing them. And the last is keep in mind that while you may be anxious about giving your speech, usually your nervousness will not be visible to your audience. I think that's all from me. I return to the moderator.
Thank you, Sarina. The next topic is about sample speeches, which commentary will be delivered by Sitti Nursali.
Okay, thank you, moderator. Introduce, my name is Sitti Nursali with student number 11M206A. The next material is sample speech with commentary. The following presentation were prepared by students in beginning speech classes at the University of Wisconsin. The first is a speech of self-introduction. The second is a speech introduction, a classmate. As you read the speech, notice how clearly they are organized and how creatively they are developed. There are there's an for that. As Portuguese dictionary, there's an F for that. Cukup sosis impressed. Yeah, there's an F for that. A game to play when classes get boring. There's an F for that too, but is there an F for me? Michael Taylor. I to think there are a few. Some of them the introduction chapter and develops the topic by answering the question with the parts there's and for that. For then, the speaker provides a draw the entire speech. He adds section by previewing the points he will discussion in the body. The speech second, they can short through the photo book at ESPN and Pandora apps. I can answer my instruction really for my Taylor. Yeah, there's an app for that. The commentary is the conclusion summarizes the speaker's main points. The interspeech together by returning to the question asked in the introduction and answering it with one less reference. There's an app for that. Okay, next I will giving to the I will give him back to the moderator.
Thank you, Sitti Nursali. So the last is summary. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So the conclusion of all discussion before starting your speech, think of an interesting topic, any theme, and make sure you are interested in the topic. Then make the content of the speech. Focus on a limited number of main points and develop them creatively. Your speech will have three parts. Introduction, but the first is introduction. Start with something that takes the attention of the audience. The second is body, what you want to say. And the last is conclusion. Reiterate the point you want to convey. Deliver speech extemporaneously, so your speech must carefully prepare in advance. You can try your speech alone with your own self in the mirror, or with your friend or your brother, your sister. Then hear your speech multiple times to make sure you have full comment on it. Remember that nervous is normal. So when you're starting to speak in public, just keep calm and finish your speech peacefully. So that's all about our presentation today. Me as moderator represent group 4. We ask apologies for any mistake. Thank you for your attention and see you in another session. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.